There's no single thing that has a greater impact on a young person's life and their future than a college education. Hartford Promise is about giving those very deserving young people the opportunity to have the same college education and the same opportunities that we would want for my children, for your children.
They're not just people who sign a check and give it to the school. They make an effort to keep in contact with us, to invite us to different events, and just make us feel comfortable going to college.
They encourage you to do what they know you can do, and they're really good at helping kids from Hartford who are normally seen as dropouts or they don't really go to college, and push them to where they need to be. And that you should really take that opportunity if you really get it.
It's not just a foundation that gives you money for school and education and just forgets about you. They always check up on you, and they're so fun and so cool, and I always smile when I see them.
And I believe that if students were more educated or had more opportunities to actually make something of themselves, that it would be, Hartford in general would be a better place to live and grow a family.
As these students are successful in college, graduate college, become part of the Hartford workforce, we have a more talented, highly educated workforce. We have young people who can move into positions that employers in Hartford desperately need. We now have an economic benefit generated from that could be as much as 8 to 1 in terms of the direct economic benefit to Hartford and Greater Hartford, $8 of economic benefit for every $1 in scholarship. And of course, it's transformational for the scholars themselves in terms of how they go, what they're doing with their lives and their prospects.
I would love to come back and work for Hartford Promise. I would love to go back and work for my high school as well. I think that it's important to come back to where you came from because you can bring something that you needed when you were there at a point in time.
The Hartford Promise is helping students realize their dreams of going to college, but I also think it's investing in the future of Hartford because a lot of those students, myself and my friends included, are hoping to take that college education, take that opportunity, and bring it back to Hartford.
Our feeling is, regardless of whether a student is born in a privileged zip code or born in a struggling Hartford zip code, they should have the same opportunities. The other piece of that is, when students go off to college, this idea that maybe they find the right advisor, maybe they find a professor that's going to be helpful to them, we don't think it should depend on that kind of luck. We think that all students should be connected to those sorts of supports and relationships and key people, and that's the role of Hartford Promise, is to take that luck out of it, to make sure that those connections happen.
I first heard about Hartford Promise from Richard Sugarman in 2015, and as a representative of Hampshire Foundation, I very much wanted to help the board that was looking for something in the United States to fund equally as we do throughout the world. I wanted to help them to direct some funds toward this very encouraging program.
We're deeply concerned about the social issues that go along with poverty. Health outcomes, addiction, crime, economic prospects, and we're looking for ways to have a real impact on those social issues. Nothing has more of an impact than success at higher education, a college degree.
Hartford Promise is our promise to young people that are working hard. And it's a promise that you too can go to college and have this path that we all believe in as Americans, that if you work hard, show up, and ask for help, you can make it and be wonderfully successful.
Hartford Promise is about giving those very deserving young people the opportunity to have the same college education and the same opportunities that we would want for my children, for your children.
I want to thank Hartford Promise for always checking up on me, always being there for me. Oh God. And I never would have thought I would have gotten to this point 5 years ago, but they made it possible. So I'm eternally grateful for them.
I love the Hartford Promise scholars. I have great admiration for them in terms of what they've been able to do. And they make me feel very hopeful and optimistic that things are in good hands with these kids.